So if you want to install Windows, either by refreshing an existing installation, or maybe you've just built a new PC, you're going to need to make a boot creation tool. You'll need a USB stick of at least 8GB and a working PC to make the tool. You can do this by going to your favourite browser, searching for Windows 10 boot creation tool, and if you're using Google, it will usually be the second option. The link will be in the video description. Go here and click Download Tool now. Run it, hit Accept, hit Create Installation Media and Accept. If these options aren't pre-selected, you're going to want to select Windows 10 and you're almost always going to be using 64-bit. Select USB flash drive and point it towards the drive you have installed already. It does take quite a while even on a fast machine, so don't worry if you're waiting for a bit. Hit finish when you're done. Remove the USB and plug it into the PC you want to install Windows on. It's a good idea to make sure you only have the drive installed that you intend on installing Windows to. If you've already connected additional drives, you can just disconnect the data or power cables from them. When your PC starts up for the first time, you'll notice something along the lines of hit delete or an F key to enter setup. Locate this key and mash the ever-living f*** out of it until you get a screen that looks a bit like this. I can't show you all the different BIOS screens, but most will have the same kind of options in the same kind of places. The options we're looking for are likely to be in the boot or exit sections. In this case, they're under the boot menu. If you have a fresh drive, the only option you should see here will be the USB stick, but sometimes there's more. If you're reinstalling Windows, for example, you'll probably see an option for Windows Boot Manager. Make sure the USB stick is selected as the first boot option or select it from the boot override menu if your motherboard has this option. Eventually, you'll see this screen. Select your preferred language and keyboard layout options and hit Next. Hit Install now and give it a minute. If you have your product key to hand already, you can input it now. But if you don't, or have already linked your Windows to your Microsoft account, click I don't have a product key and then hit Next. Select the version of Windows you bought and hit Next. Accept the license terms and hit Next. Obviously I've already memorized every line of these, so I'm going to skip this step. Select Custom Install Windows Only. If you're installing Windows to a brand new from the box drive, you should see Drive 0 Unallocated Space. If you're reinstalling Windows, you might have a bunch of partitions listed. If you do, simply select each one and delete them until you're left with a single listing for unallocated space. An optional step before this is to secure erase the drive you're installing Windows to, which I'll cover more at the end of the video. This step is much easier if you only have a single drive installed. For this reason, and Windows' tendency to grab every drive installed into your system and place essential boot files onto them, are the reasons I recommend only having your intended boot drive installed when you do this. Once you hit Next, you're done. Windows will do its thing. The getting files ready for installation stage can take some time, so don't worry if it sits on 0% for a while. Once it says you need to restart, you should remove the USB drive. It will take you through a few setup screens where you'll put your preferences in, and you'll be left with a shiny new copy of Windows on your new PC. If you are so inclined, before you install Windows, you can choose to clean your SSD by initiating a secure erase. Popular theory suggests this can help speed your SSD back up if you've been using it for a while. There are a few tools out there, but the one I'm using here is called Parted Magic. It's basically an OS that installs itself to your RAM from a USB stick. It can be used to create partitions, recover files from drive if you can't boot into Windows, and lots of other useful functions. It is a paid-for utility, so you're cool. Some motherboards have secure erase functionality or tools built in, so this may be to your preference. If you do this, then your drive will appear as unallocated space when you're installing Windows.